So there's a few things that I don't do as a married woman. Number one, I do not cook for my husband. I only cook for my children. My husband will be making his own breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Number two, I do not help him pay any bills. So if he is short on the rent, on utilities, or anything like that, it is not my problem. I will not be helping him out. His job is to provide for his family, so I am not financially contributing to any of the bills. Number three, I do not do his laundry. I have my own laundry and my children's laundry to do, so he could do his own. I won't help him put it away. I won't help him fold anything. That's his responsibility. Number four, he is responsible for replacing any of his essentials like soap, shampoo, anything like that. He needs to go buy it himself. Even if I'm at the store, I will not be replacing it for him. If he needs new underwear, new socks, or anything like that, that's for him to do. I'm not going to do it for him. I'm not going to enable a perfectly grown-ass adult because then they get used to that shit. So, no.
Despite the creator's admission that it was all a joke, an increasing number of ungrateful people posing as wives on social media frequently spread foolish ideas similar to this one.
2 weeks ago, I said I don't do my husband's laundry, and a lot of people are saying, whoa, 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 those are small acts of kindness. Why wouldn't you want to do that for your partner? But here's the thing. Small acts of kindness that are mostly domestic labor just add up to work at the end of the day. So here's a list of things that I don't do for my husband. You all know, I don't do his laundry. He can do that himself. I do my laundry, and we do the kids' laundry, but he does his own. I don't cook dinner. He cooks dinner every single night. I do breakfast and lunch for us and our kids. I don't pack him a lunch. If he's hungry, he'll figure out what he's going to eat for lunch the same way that I do. I don't make his doctor's appointments because guess what? He's not making mine. Would it be kind of me to do that? For sure. Is it my job? Absolutely not. I want him to be healthy, but he's a grown-ass man and he can book his own appointments, right? There's a lot of things that I don't do for my husband. I don't schedule his haircuts. I don't pack his clothes for vacation. Right? I don't do those things. I don't buy him new underwear when it's got holes in it. All of those are things that he's a grown man and he can do himself. Can I do small acts of kindness for him? Of course I can. And I do. I see a vinyl that I think he's going to like because he's creating a vinyl collection. I buy it. I'm at the store and I see something that I think he might enjoy eating. I buy it. I find a new non-alcoholic beer that he wants to try out. I buy it. Right? Those are small acts of kindness. Doing his laundry, cooking him dinner, making him lunch, booking his doctor's appointments, all those things, that's domestic labor. Those are chores. Those are not acts of kindness. Do I do them occasionally when he's working a lot? Of course. Do I cook dinner sometimes when he's had a really long day? Of course. But me not doing that does not mean that I don't show him love or kindness. They're different things. It is not my job as a wife, it is not in my job description to do all the domestic labor as small acts of kindness to my partner and receive nothing in return. I agree with this commenter. If it's going both ways, fantastic. But oftentimes, domestic labor, especially when you have children, adds up. And so no, I am not my husband's personal secretary or his personal assistant. I am none of those things. I am his partner, I am his equal, and I do not have to do things to cater to him and serve him at all times to be kind and loving for him.
I find it fascinating that you take great pride in being a mean and condescending wife to your husband. You really are a narcissistic person if you put away his clothing on purpose while doing your own and the kids' laundry. Honestly, all you just said was, I keep score. If he's not doing it, I'm not doing it. In other words, you're a cruel wife who doesn't care enough about her husband to go above and beyond to make him happy. I wish you luck on that one. But the truth is, I feel awful for you since you don't realize how incredibly replaceable you are. And more fools like you are popping up on the internet every day.
I am not going to thank my husband for putting a new trash bag into the trash can. I'm not going to thank him for putting his clothes in the hamper. I'm not going to thank him for unloading the dishwasher. I'm not going to thank him for changing a diaper. I'm not going to thank him for cleaning a toilet. I'm not going to thank him for making the bed. I'm not going to thank him for doing any of the things that just come with living in a house. Like, if he would have to do it, if I didn't live here, like if he lived by himself and that was still a required task, I'm not saying thank you. That is just part of existing in a functioning home. Things I will say thank you for: getting my towel for me if I forget it when I'm in the shower, refilling my water and putting it on the nightstand, plugging my phone in if I forget to and I fall asleep. Those are things I'll say thank you for. I'll even say thank you if I tell him, hey, I'm gonna fold that little laundry later, and he goes ahead and does it. That's helpful to me. That was something I was going to do and he was aware.
Actually, if you are only going to say thank you to your husband for things that directly benefit you, then you are just a very entitled and self-centered person. So say you made dinner and served your husband, but he never expresses gratitude because, well, you ate out of the food too. Just listen to how absurd that sounds.
About that. I'm not worried about that. Because I'm going to tell you why you're not worried, because you don't care. I can already see that. You're not in love with this man, and you are not treating that man like you love him.
I love him. I really do. I really do love him.
I really wish you could define love, because
And that's why I came today, because maybe you could help us, because I do love him. I don't see my life without him.
Your Honor, she very verbal abusive. She called me fat, lazy. She said, I don't do this, I don't do this. I need to get up, I need to play with my son. I worked 15 hours a day. So when I come in, if I go in at 5, I come back home at 6, 7, 8, 9 o'clock in the morning. Your Honor, she had the audacity to tell me, if I don't lose no freaking weight, she gonna sleep with a because I'm too big. That's what she said out of her mouth. And she just keep going on and on. She's gonna leave me. So yes, I have insecurity about her going out. I give you everything. These kids, I take care of them from left and right. So yes, I'm always tired. It's not my weight. It's not me being that. It be, I work, I feed this family. I come home. Like I came home, I asked her to cook one day. She didn't even cook. I came home from work for doing 16 hours. I cooked, I fed the family, and then we still went out. So she think that because I go to work, she could do anything. She thinks she's still the party girl. Everybody that comes into town, they calls her, let's party, party. You don't even have the money. Who pays all the bills? I pay the bills.
An ingrate will always be an ingrate, and there is nothing you can do about it. This woman right here is nothing but an ingrate and a pest, so I'm not sure why he's still with her. Please get rid of her.
Yeah, go ahead, Mommy.
I just want to share something. I learned this, what you're saying, I had to learn this in my 30s. When I was 20 and I was with my kid's father, we have kids together and this and that. I used to choose my friends over him. It wasn't even going out of the country for him to be like, she don't value me. Mm-hmm. He got his all for his wisdom tooth pulled, right? That night he needed me. But my friend said, let's go to TGI Friday. We drinking. I'm finna go to TGI Friday. Like, I did not know how important it was for me to be there with him instead of going out with my friends. So that's why I'm saying, like, and in the end, when I left that relationship, left my family and valued those friends more, they was not there.
They don't be.
When shit came, when shit hit the fan, Absolutely. They wasn't there for
was
me.
He ever like that?
Women need to understand that their relationships should always come first because those friends, whom they cherish more than their partners, will never stand by them.
Here are some things that I will not be doing as a married woman. Let's jump in. If you are not my parents or my siblings, you will not be staying in my house. Book a hotel. Getting on the internet to talk about me and my husband's business, you won't catch me doing it. Detailing any aspect of my relationship with my husband to my friends, especially my sex life, nah, it ain't happening. Posting sexy pictures on the internet, I will definitely not be taking unsolicited advice from people, whether they're married or single. I will never chastise my husband in public. If he has done something, I will wait until we get home and we will talk about the situation.
I wish more women understood this essential truth about building healthy relationships with men. Though I doubt it, because a lot of modern women think it's very cool to disregard and belittle their relationships. This is because they're more interested in flaunting their addiction to phony feminism on the internet than they are in showing off how much they love and appreciate their men.
I'll never do my husband's laundry.
Why?
Because that's not my job. I'm not my husband's personal assistant. I'm his wife.
Right, so why aren't you doing his laundry?
Oh, it's not just his laundry. I don't cook dinner. I don't set up his doctor's appointments. And I'm not cleaning up his messes. He's a grown-ass man. He can do it himself.
Hang on, this doesn't sound like it has anything to do with your husband. It sounds like you just want to prove a point to people.
What?
The way you're saying this stuff. It's like you just take pride in not doing what most wives do.
Yes, because I'm not going to be a part of this domestic labor force.
Again, do you hear yourself? This isn't about your husband and his capabilities. It's about you hanging on to your feminist image. Does your husband ever brag about the things he's not doing for you? Does he consider chivalry and serving you as a man to be labor?
I mean,
the reason you're so excited about not doing these traditional things is because you've been convinced by some feminist deity that it's your mission to reject them. If you loved your husband and wanted to serve him, you would. Instead, you consciously avoid serving him. That's not love. That's just worshiping ideology at someone's expense. Classic pick-me explanation. Classic feminist name-calling.
It's important for modern women to realize that being your partner's peacemaker rather than his painmaker is the first step towards a happy relationship.
Doesn't appreciate you. Those are symptoms in a marriage of our toxic femininity, of emasculating our husbands. When you are married to a good man, all he wants is for you to be happy. And it doesn't take much for him to be happy in the relationship. I read a gold nugget of advice in marriage from Dr. Laura Schlesinger in her book, The Proper Care and Feeding of Husbands. And she shares that all it takes for a man to be happy in a marriage with a woman is a beer, a sandwich, and a little lovin'. She couldn't be more right. in the best way possible. Good men are simple. They just need a little bit of appreciation, and a beer sandwich and a little loving is the best way to show that appreciation to a man, generally speaking.
If you like this video, you will undoubtedly like the next one much more. I'll see you there.